Mr. Kean for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to all of our witnesses for being here today. As the landscape of college athletics continues to evolve, NIL has created new opportunities for student athletes while also raising concerns about fairness, recruitment, and the role of higher education in sports. As we consider federal legislation, it is critical that we strike the right balance, ensuring that athletes can benefit from their name, image, and likeness, preserving the integrity of college athletics, and keeping competition fair for all schools, including those in New Jersey. Mr. Whitman, thank you for your testimony. And one of my concerns is how reclassifying students as employees would drastically harm smaller universities, where we already have seen many eliminate specific sports teams or their entire sports program in its entirety. I know that you are the athletic director of a larger school, but what are the consequences of shifting students to become employees? Are there alternative ways in which we can bring about some of the protections for student athletes without naming them employees and potentially eliminating their chance to continue playing the sports they love?
Thank you, Congressman. I do have some firsthand experience with this. Prior to coming to the University of Illinois, I was the athletic director at 2 different Division III institutions, and so I have an understanding of what it means to be at a smaller institution that competes at a different level of college athletics. I do think the Dartmouth men's basketball case is instructive to the question that you've asked. In that case, the regional director of the National Labor Relations Board found the men's basketball team at Dartmouth to be employees based on the fact that Dartmouth exercised control over their schedule, and ultimately they compensated them in the form of free apparel, shoes and sweatshirts, priority scheduling, and the opportunity to give their family free tickets. The problem with that is the test. Then every student athlete in America at every Division I, Division II, and Division III institution is also an employee, because every school provides free sweatshirts, free shoes, free tickets for their kids to have, for their families to attend their games. And that becomes a tremendous problem. If schools like University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, where I began my athletic director career, were forced to begin compensating student athletes, they don't have the financial resources to support a program that is required to do that. And ultimately, they'll have to make decisions that may ultimately result in significant reduction in opportunities for student athletes and potentially even the closure of full programs. And that would be catastrophic for the educational mission of college athletics.
Thank you. Coach Beamer, do you feel NIL opportunities have created challenges in maintaining team chemistry? And if so, how do you keep players focused on the team?
It's a new challenge that all of us as coaches are navigating for the first time. To me, sir, it starts with bringing the right kind of people into your program that certainly understand that they can capitalize on their name, image, and likeness, but making sure that's not the sole reason that they're at the University of South Carolina. For sure, and they understand all of our players. They're not, but they all have a goal of going to professional football, and that's an aspect of professional football as well. Players getting paid, and some guys are going to be making more on their name, image, and likeness in college, just like the NFL players will be as well when they're paid a salary.
Okay, and how can federal NIL legislation create a fair playing field for all student athletes, including those at smaller schools or in non-revenue sports?
Certainly, just the national legislation that we need that would, one, promote academics and enhance welfare for all of our student athletes, that allows the conferences and the NCAA to regulate without being caught up in litigation. And then certainly something to protect the student athletes as well, a national law that will help with the agents, because as it's been mentioned, there's some great ones out there, don't get me wrong, but in pro sports, you have to be certified to be an agent. So many of our student athletes have agents that help them with NIL that aren't really agents, and so many young student athletes are being taken advantage of by these.
Thank you. You back.
Thank you very much. And now I recognize Mr. Evans from the great state of Colorado. I'm not sure if you represent Neon Dion, Coach Prime or not, but you're recognized for your 5 minutes of questions.